Welcome back, survivors! Are you looking for some mods that will spice up the long-term playability in Project Zomboid? Do you want to forage for new neat things, such as nuts to make milk? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to explore my pick for the top 10 mods that will add long-term survivability into Project Zomboid. Let's get started. In vanilla Project Zomboid, something that has never made sense to me is how quickly jarred food goes bad, when in real life they can last years. Turk's lasting jarred foodstuffs solves that issue. This mod changes the expiry date on your jarred foodstuff, and they will now stay fresh for 240 days, and only start to rot after about a year. So this will make your year's harvest last a lot longer, and will assist you in getting through the winter with a little bit of realism. Are you also a big fan of water dispensers, but always wanted to have a few spare bottles lying around? Well, the water dispenser mod makes the water dispensers in the game accurate to their real-world counterparts. You can find these big water jugs across the world in looting runs, and you can also take them off the dispenser to refill them elsewhere, like a plumbed-in tap, for example. This mod also changes the level of water that they spawn with, slightly, as they will have randomly filled levels. These jugs were used prior to the apocalypse for employees to chat and converse around after all. You can also optionally use these as a bigger jerry can for filling up with gasoline. The mod creator mentioned that they left the size of these big jugs at the default 240 units, so they don't become overpowered. Next up is the Snow is Water mod. As we all know, snow is indeed water, which doesn't make much sense when snow will not refill your barrels with water in vanilla, leading to a really difficult time in the areas further inland. Well, this mod solves that issue by allowing barrels, pots, and pans to fill at a 50% slower pace than they would with the rain. I know that the snow would technically have to melt again, but this is a video game after all, and some realistic features can't really happen. Are you enjoying this video so far? Leave a comment below what your favorite mod is, and while you're at it, why not like and subscribe to stay up to date on my latest mod videos and basing locations. The next mod up is one that I always use, Def's Long-Term Survival. This mod adds in a massive amount to the game and really spices up those long survival runs. Some of the things this mod adds in is foraging for flowers, nuts, and other items. It also adds in food preservation methods that can be used to make pepper and salt. New foods such as candy and tea are also added, and it also adds a renewable replacement for milk, cheese, vinegar, oils, salt, butter, noodles, and more. This mod also adds in the ability to turn a gas can into a bigger water jug, and it also allows you to refill lighters with a lighter fluid container item. This mod adds in so much more to the game that I couldn't possibly cover it all in one video, so check out that mod page below to see all the stuff this mod will allow you to do. They even have a wiki. I often use this mod in combination with Turk's lasting jarred foodstuffs. This mod allows you to do a whole lot of stuff as well, from recycling broken windows to turn them into glass ingots and eventually homemade jars, and turning old empty cans into caps for those jars. This mod also allows you to distill vinegar and turn carrots into the perfect source of your canning sugar. If you are a metal worker, you can also turn your harvest into canned goods again for an even longer extreme storage option. You can find the magazines for learning these survival techniques around the Nox area, but you can also commonly find them on zombie corpses, so make sure you check them out after you knock them out. If you like technology, then the Immersive Solar Arrays mod is the one for you. This mod adds in lootable solar panels, batteries, and inverters so you can turn your dark and dreary nest into the lighted up home of your dreams. This mod adds in a fairly rare magazine that you must find first before you can construct the battery bank rack, although you can occasionally find this in garden sheds. You need a fairly high electrical skill, so I guess this mod kind of makes that skill useful. To craft the battery bank, you need electrical skill level 4 to create it. There's an extensive wiki for this mod listed on their page, so make sure you check that out and read it so you can figure out how big of a setup you need to use in your case. This mod also allows you to customize the solar efficiency level. The default for this is the modern 25%, but the realistic choice for this, if you want it, for the 1990s level of solar technology, it would be 12%. This does massively impact the amount of solar panels you will need to go out and find, however, and they aren't the easiest to find. It is 1993 after all. This next one is the plumbing mod. The plumbing mod adds so much to the world of Project Zomboid that we might eventually see in future builds of the game. This adds in a pump that you have to power with a generator. You can loot pipes or build them to make a massive twisting pipeline system that brings water from wells, barrels, or even lakes directly to the barrels that feed into your kitchen sink. This mod adds another thing for the metal workers out there to do for their comrades in this post-apocalyptic world. This pump can be very loud though, so make sure you're aware of the zombies this may attract. This mod is also paired really well with the irrigation pipes for farming mod. This mod supports multiple languages and adds in small pipes that you can set up for your farming areas so that your little green friends can grow big and strong, so that you can spend your time better elsewhere in other areas of your survival, such as foraging for nuts and berries or even looting, for example. I haven't played with this mod yet as it was a suggestion from a viewer, but I should really give this one a try in the future. The late game in Project Zomboid can often get very dark without lights, especially if you are someone who builds up their own base like I do. This mod allows you to craft many different lights and lamps that will help you in lighting up your dark den and bringing light to the once dark world. It adds in so many different light styles and shapes so you can decide and choose which one best suits your base. For example, there's a really great outdoor light for lighting up the outside of your base. If you commonly play on rare loot or find it hard to find a backpack, this mod is for you. The Improvised Backpacks mod. This mod aims to add in a variety of different bags and containers that you can easily craft with some commonly found materials such as pillowcases and sheets. The mod author mentions that his aim behind the mod was to make it as realistic as possible, as some of the other options are a bit too wild for a post-apocalyptic event. Thanks for joining me through my top 10 picks for long-term survival mods in Project Zomboid. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a comment about what your favorite mod is, and subscribe for more Project Zomboid content. Until next time, keep surviving.